guys are getting the message. So we got our muscle of the day. Today we're going to talk about the quads. So the quad is running along the front of the thigh. The reason why they call it the quads, or the quadriceps is the longer name, is that there's actually 4 muscles that make up that whole complex there. So what the quad does, it helps extend the leg, or AKA straighten the knee. So it does this motion here, the extension of it. So you have a good strong quad here, squeeze there. One of the quads actually helps what they call extending the hip. So it helps pull, it actually helps lift the knee up a little bit. So it does a little bit of that motion as well. I was thinking hamstring, that's one of those that does that. But it helps, one of the muscles helps flex the hip here, and then also helps extend the knee. So that is your muscle of the day, and it is leg day, so you will see how this works in action. But let's break it down a little bit. You guys don't have to remember this, but I think it's just nice to know. I got these flashcards here. Let's see if we can see it all right. So that's one of the muscles. This is the rectus femoris. And so as you can see, it actually attaches up into the pelvis. This is the only quad muscle that does this. It attaches into the pelvis, crosses your hip joint, and then attaches into the patellar tendon here in the knee. So basically that tendon that goes along the front of the kneecap. So that's a pretty long muscle there, and it again crosses 2 joints there at the hip and at the knee. So it helps extend the knee that we just talked about, and that flexion of the hip, helping bring the knee up a little bit. So that's your first one, rectus femoris. And then you have the vastus lateralis. So this is let me make sure I'm looking at this right. So this is looking at someone's right leg. From their perspective, they're right. But that quad muscle is on the outside of the thigh. So as you can see, it just attaches at the femur and again down there in that patellar tendon. And so that also helps extend the knee. The next one, let's go outer and then to the inner. So this is the intermedius, vastus intermedius. And so this is here's the lateralis on the side. It's not pictured here, but it would be on the outside of this muscle. This is the intermedius, so it's in the middle of the leg here. So it attaches again into that patellar tendon, and a little bit bigger, right? So that's your third one. The fourth quad muscle is the vastus medialis, and so this is the one that's on the inside of the leg. And so all of these are underneath the biceps femoris. So, so they all kind of layer on each other. So this one's on the inside of the leg. Sometimes with this one you see the, let's see, is it this one? It's the vastus medialis oblique. So where it kind of turns in a little bit there. Sometimes people will mention that little bit there and how it can help your knee health. Speaking of knee health and why the quads are important, it helps extend the knee, helps strengthen that, but it also helps control the bend of the knee. So this muscle is lengthening out as my knee is bending, but it helps control that motion. And so with a lot of the exercises that I'm doing today, I'm not doing a whole lot of leg extension, so I'm not squeezing the quads outright, but it is helping control the movement down. This is important for things like squats. This is important things for daily things like sitting down on the toilet, getting up from the toilet, climbing stairs, super important for that one. It helps a little bit of your stride as you're walking and running. We'll talk about hamstrings probably next week as far as that goes. But quads are extremely important. It's really good to strengthen them. Again, helping you stand up, to have that strength to stand up. I work with a lot of clients that are more like 50s and older, 50s, 60s really, and older. And as I've observed, especially my older ones that are like more in their 80s, that ability to going from a sitting position to standing, that quad strength is extremely important. That's where you see people like sometimes the older people, they're sitting down in the chair and they start and they don't have that same strength. They're using the arms to get completely upright. So being able to strengthen the quads throughout your years is extremely important.